In this warm-up video, we are getting our feet and calves and hips loaded, ready for action. We're gonna get a little bit more awareness coming into the feet. I'm gonna use a yoga block for some of the stuff today. We're gonna kind of float our heel off of it. You could use a weight plate if you're at the gym. You could use a book. You could use a towel if you wanted to, just something that you can elevate your foot on. I would suggest, for safety, putting that thing against the wall when we're doing things. However, I'm demonstrating, so I will have it free floating, but on a grippy floor, so it's not gonna slide anywhere. Nice. Keep it there for now, and let's just tune in to our feet. So take a breather, feel where pressure is sitting in your feet. I like to do this with my eyes closed, just shifting forward and back, rotating, shifting side to side. I almost like to imagine like you're like putting your thumbprint into your, phone or whatever when they're like, give me your thumbprint to like get your ID. That's kind of what we're doing with the ground. So we're giving your brain an opportunity to feel your feet. As we do this, I want to change your perspective a little bit from wiggling your hips and catching with your feet to feeling like you are moving your body around with your feet. So my feet are actually what is shifting my body around, not my body and then my feet trying to catch it. So it should feel like you're really grounded down as we go through this. Before we get on to the step, we're just gonna practice what it means to use your calf, because there is a chance that you are shifting with your pelvis and then secondarily moving with your feet, which is a really, really common mistake that people make, is driving and then catching, which puts a lot of stress on your Achilles and your plantar fascia. If you want that, perfect. If you don't, watch this. So foot's really spread out onto the ground. I'm gonna get into a kickstand position. So instead of anterior chest up, we're gonna try to keep our tailbone drop down towards the ground for right now. Just to stop you from shifting, right? We've already shifted your pelvis over your foot, so you can't do anymore. So you're stuck to use your calf. That's why we're doing it. Tailbone's dropping down. My heel is staying on the ground here, and I basically want to feel like I'm going to push as much weight to the front part of my foot as possible without lifting this heel. Whole foot's on the ground, as much weight as possible forward. Got a little soft bend at the knee, and again, my tailbone's tucking under. Just observe what's happening as you do this. If you flick, you're going to feel you kind of like offload your calf. Give me that tailbone under, you're going to feel like that calf is on, and all of that supporting musculature is too. As we kind of hold here, I just want you to feel like you're building some heat up in your foot. I also want to make sure you have not death clawed your toes. Let your toes relax. They should feel like they are flattening out. Perfect. Everything in the lower body stays the same. And now I just want you to feel like you are reaching and rotating your arms around you. I'll show you from the front here. Reach and rotate. So it's really interesting. And I think a lot of people don't think to look to their shoulders when they're having knee or foot pain, but you'll feel as we kind of continue to do this. I feel your heat in the leg. I don't forget about you. But it's interesting to feel how the stabilizing requirements change depending on where your arms are. Chest, head, everything's facing forward. I'm just having this little rotation. You should feel quite a bit of heat in your leg at this moment. Good, relax the arms. Before we go anywhere, give me 10 little calf raises on this front leg. Your head, everything is going straight vertical. We're not going forward and back, we're just going up and down. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, good, nice. Let's check out the other side. Little kickstand. So when I say kickstand, I just mean most of the weight's here and this leg's just, keeping some balance. So we're shifting ourselves forward. As we shift, I don't want to feel like we're all loosey-goosey up top. We're contained through the front, which is going to allow us to access this hamstring, this posterior chain more effectively. Good. Heel is on the ground on this right leg, and we're going to bring our body weight as far forward as we can, keeping these containers up top under control. Nice. Watching that we aren't clawing the toes. Toes are as flat as possible into the ground. They can contribute, they can press in, but we don't want to feel like they are curling and gripping. Nice. Once we feel pretty settled there, we're going to rotate the arms. Just the arms, and at a speed you can control. So as we go through this, You may notice your balance is a little different on this foot versus the other foot, and that is okay, but only move your arms at a pace where you feel like you can contain control at the foot. If you're losing everything up top, you're moving too fast, so move just at the pace that your foot can manage it. If you're feeling like a master, maybe you've watched this video a couple times now, move your arms faster, yes. And you're gonna feel your foot jump into action. Good, relax the arms. Again, move at the pace that makes sense for you. Now we're gonna go up and down for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, calves. Welcome to the party. If you've been trying to get your calves to work for a while, and you've never done that before, you should feel them. You should be like, wow, didn't know how much work I could get done in my calves. So we're gonna come up onto this block. I'm in a wider stance now. So what you're gonna basically start to feel is tailbone tucks under, head pulls back, good. And I'm just floating my front heel. This is kind of like level 1. I'm not really that deep. I'm just feeling out my balance. Feels good. Let's go 10 up and down. Again, I'm thinking not like shifting forward and coming back. I'm just thinking a little pump up and down. Good. Give me about 5 more. More. If you're really feeling like your balance is not having it, situate yourself close to a wall so you can hang on for some balance. Let's go to the other side. So we're kind of again at that level 1 intensity here. And then we're coming up and down. Wall is here for some balance, trying to keep our knees stacked over our heel. If you can go no balance supports, perfect. If you need them, no stress. Head back. I'm guilty of this too. Instead of thinking of looking straight down, find something ahead of you to look at. Try to get your rib cage a little more stacked up. Don't call me out. I'm certain I had my head down for at least a portion. 2, 1, good. Okay, so that was kind of intensity level 1. If that was enough intensity for you, do it again. If you are ready for more difficulty, come down lower. So we're gonna be at 90 degrees with the back, 90 degrees with the front, and we're gonna start off just kind of controlled. Little shakes are okay. You should feel a stretch in the hip flexor of the back leg. I'm not leaning forward yet. I'm tipping myself back. Good, if that feels good, let's go fast. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't go anywhere yet. Lift yourself to the halfway point and hold. If you want a little extra here, alternate reaching one arm down and one arm up. Couple more seconds. 2 and 1. Nice. Let's check out the other side. Reminder again, you can always go back to the previous intensity level if this feels like a little much. We're down here, we're going up, nice and slow for about 5. We're gonna go a little faster for 10, and then we're gonna hold. So I want you to observe too, if you have a tendency to go to your pinky toe side, try to keep driving up to the big toe side of your foot. Nice, then we're gonna go for 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, good, halfway up, hold, drop your knee down a little bit lower. We're not loose, we're contained. Because we are trying to direct this force to a particular area. As soon as we lose tension everywhere else, we lose the ability to focus and target that tension, that load. Beautiful. Come on up. Last little piece here. And then that concludes our little foot warm up. We're gonna face the wall and we're gonna just do some quick little heel bounces. So I'm starting with my toes out. We're gonna do some toes forward and some toes in. As we go through this, if you were watching me from the side, I'm not swaying my pelvis back and forth. I'm staying almost like I'm holding a plank, right? Nice and contained up here because I want the force to go where the pieces are moving. If you have other pieces moving, that's where the force is gonna flow. So let's contain the pelvis. Toes are gonna go out and we're gonna bounce. So like I always say, remember everyone's coming in with different injuries, different histories. If you feel like you have a lot of endurance in your calves, maybe you run, go a little longer. If you don't, if you're already tired, take a rest while you're watching this video and jump back in when you can. Okay, let's go toes forward. I'm leaning a little bit into that wall. Woo, feeling it. And then let's go toes in. 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So this is a little baseline. You should feel your calves, your feet, everything working. You should, if we close our eyes and just kind of come back to that initial motion of shifting around, you should feel more anchored. You should feel more stable. That's what we want before we go into our workout. If you feel like you want to try this through one more time, get a little more heat in your calves, go for it.